Love and light be yours. So, if anyone tells you that they're an ascended master, or that they actually are an angel, like I've actually had numerous people say this, and there's people on YouTube making these claims right now. There's people on Facebook making these claims right now that they are an ascended master, or that they are Archangel Metatron, or that they are Archangel Michael, okay? That they are physical incarnations of Archangel Michael. No, they're not. They're lying, okay? Whoever they are, they're all lying, or they're either being purposefully deceitful, or they're very confused. That's it. Because the archangelic energy is bigger than this universe. The archangelic energy is one of the 7 emanations, the primal emanations from source. You know, it's that's like saying you're God. You know, you might as well just say you're the totality of all, walking around within the totality of all. Like that's insane. This is the whole confusion that people had about Jesus. Like, how could he be the Father and he's the totality of all? He's God. No, he was not the totality of all. Any way you look at it, that was not a thing. No. He was our solar logos come down into a physical body. However, the coming down into a physical body and vehicle, okay, it did not negate that Jesus was a man. Okay, Yeshua was a man. Our solar logos also came down and joined him, but that did not negate the destiny of the man. Like the man, the personality of the man went on into it still walked its path, you know, and it was greatly blessed and enhanced. I'm sure, you know, it took a great leap up by making that sacrifice and getting to such unity that it could do this work with our solar logos, you know. So Jesus was in fact a man and more, you know. And the solar logos is in fact because all of the logoi, the universal logos, the galactic logos, they all work with each other, manifesting the will of the one. So in that way, you can say Jesus was a representation of the solar father principle. Yes, he was. He's a representation of the divine feminine also. But in any case, that's off topic. So the point was about people claiming to be angels. Okay, now you may be an angel. That may be possible for certain types of angelic. It's definitely possible. I know it is. There are earth angels. I've thought maybe I was one, but I don't actually think that's. I have some connection with. We all have some connection with the angelic kingdom, you know. So it can get confusing and saying like, what are you and what aren't you? But the point is that here, I know what I am. I'm a man, right? I'm a man becoming something more, becoming something divine. I'm becoming what man is actually supposed to be. What humans were actually designed to be. But that doesn't negate what the human is. That doesn't negate still having some kind of finite individual experience, right? It doesn't negate my individual destiny. We are all God, yes. We are all God. But to say you're an archangel and to say you're an ascended master, unless you can prove it, like unless you're fully telepathic. I don't mean you can channel. That's not proof that you're an ascended master. That's proof that you're waking up. That's proof that you're moving towards a higher level, that eventually you will be an ascended master. I mean, we're moving there. Yes, I am becoming an ascended master. I am taking my initiations now. As far as I understand it, please bless me if I speak Forgive me if I speak incorrectly. As far as I understand it, I believe I have just taken my 4th initiation or my 5th, and I'm working either on my 6th and 7th, or I'm working on my 5th and 6th and 7th now. I might have just taken my 4th and I'm working on my 5th and 6th, but the initiations can get confusing too when you start to understand. You can definitely say, okay, like I've definitely taken this one, but some of them you'll take not fully also. Like you may take it. To take it, what that means is on a higher level it's really happening. Okay, the taking of it happens at a higher level, and it then kind of manifests down. So like, or you could say also like that it means you have accepted this principle as a guiding principle in your life, like to the core of your being, and it does not mean you will execute it perfectly or understand it perfectly or manifest it perfectly right away, but it will move there, you know. To that, generally when you get like 2 initiations ahead, the other one's completely mastered before that, you know. And there are many initiations past the 7. It's just we can only take 7 on Earth. You can only take 7 initiations on Earth. I believe there's 360 something initiations. I got this number from Joshua David Stone, who got it from Alice Bailey. No, he did not get that number from Alice. I think Alice Bailey's also said something about this number, but he got his stuff from Dwal Kul, who actually worked, according to him, he was physically working with the Ascended Masters. They were appearing in front of him. Okay, he was also channeling them, but he at some point they started to physically manifest, and as far as I know, he is now an Ascended Master. He has now become, and they say he's become the Chohan of the 2nd ray. So that would explain, you know, why they were training him to replace one of them, you know. I forget who he replaced. Dwal Kul, maybe. Yeah. In any case, if someone says they're an Ascended Master, like, they should be able to demonstrate that to you. First of all, because there are so few physical Ascended Masters on Earth. Although, yes, there are more today than there have ever been, but they don't exist in a place you can see them unless they want you to see them. Like, they've always been here, okay, and we've not seen them. There are large amounts of beings in the 5th right now, and we have not been seeing them. Okay, I've been in my etheric body. I've been fully in my crystal light body, and you cannot mistake it. Like, it's a radical shift. It's a radical shift, and no one can see you, like, so unless you want them to, I guess. And I haven't been there enough to understand even how to do that. If that just happens through will alone, probably, yeah, okay, yeah, through will alone. Once you're there, your will is law, I guess. Yeah, because you're just manifesting the will of God. You know, you're in unity. This is to completely surrender everything false within the ego, so that you can be a vessel of divine will. You know, an expression of divine intelligence and creativity. So again, someone may be channeling an Ascended Master. Someone may be becoming an Ascended Master. But the road to becoming an Ascended Master, the road from waking up to becoming an Ascended Master, it's not like normally it would be like a lifetime, maybe 2 or 3, honestly, the way it was. We are greatly accelerated. Okay, my particular road is looking like it's going to take me altogether 20 years, and that's fast. That's fast. I know it's fast. I can feel it. I'm being pushed constantly to expand every day, constantly. There's no break. It's exhausting. It's exciting. It's amazing. It's, you know, sometimes I'm tired, or sometimes I'm completely energized and empowered, and I'm floating around, or what, you know. It's a wild ride, that's for sure. You know, I don't think I could handle going much faster, honestly. I could have gone a little faster if I had listened a little better, and that would have been easier. There's ways to go faster, easier too, and faster, harder. But you know, your egos have the distortions they have, and the ego can't do anything about that except to try to surrender it. You know, but it only can surrender as much as it is capable of surrendering, and it can only surrender as much of it as understands surrendering. So much of it thinks cannot be surrendered. It is intrinsic to it, but it is not. It is programmed. It is not the way that the human was actually designed to function, you know. So to restore yourself fully to that body takes constant re-surrendering and re-moving into, you know, expanding into these higher energies that actually bring light and bring love into the system, which actually creates physical change, even, you know, radical physical change, really. But okay, so let's be very clear. An ascended master could appear physically to someone if they want. They have done this. They have physically worked with people. I highly doubt any of them have YouTube channels, okay? They're not messing with mass media. They're not as far as I know, you know. But I would know if I saw one, for sure, you know. I guess. I don't know. I forget. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's true. I assume I would know. But my point was, if someone was to say they're an ascended master, for instance, if I was to tell you I'm an ascended master, any one of you would be fully within right in saying to me, well, if you're an ascended master and you're not just a man, how am I supposed to know that with all these people making these claims and all this? You just want me to trust this, but you also want me to have discernment. Can you not show me? And they would be able to show you. I mean, it wouldn't be to an ascended master, appearing in front of you, or making a ball of light appear in front of your face, or making you feel something dramatic and amazing. I will tell you, I know someone who is probably the closest thing physically to being an ascended master. I call him an ascended master because I'm not sure what the difference is between him and an ascended master, because he's doing something very unique. But he is a physical body that people can see. But I think what he does is, when in meditation and at night, he goes up to his other etheric body double. But his physical being is extraordinary. You can't mistake him as something normal. He is miraculous in everything he does. He's amazing, like, you know, and he already can do, and he can prove it. Like, you know, the man has sent me blessings. He has just said, here's a blessing for you. And I've had complete psychedelic effects. Like, I took a high dose of mushrooms, you know? I mean, that's, and that doesn't even, I've given this to people. I have through love and light been a channel of grace, which has caused psychedelic effects in multiple people now, you know? And I'm sure some of my listeners who know me know what I mean, right? But that doesn't make me an ascended master. No, I'm telling you, an ascended master can like alter physical reality. You know, they could just appear as one person one minute, another person another minute. They could talk to you fully telepathically. Like, my telepathy is just coming online. It's just coming online. Okay, here's the thing. I've been getting downloads of information my whole awakening, the whole time, but I get these massive downloads that I don't understand, and I go up and I sit in these really high energies, and I bring back some of that, and it takes me time to integrate this into my understanding. That's mainly how my communication happens. I have been working, because I see so many other people channel in different ways, and it looks interesting and fun, and it's a way to bring down specific information fast. I've had some success with it. Very little, okay, very little. It's opening up. It's opening up now. I feel like I'm on the verge of that coming. Something's starting to happen there for sure. I've had all kinds of other contacts, and most of these channels, I'm gonna tell you the truth, I look at them and I listen to them, and there are things that I understand that they are very confused on. There are things that I can do that they can't do. There are places I can go that they can't. And this is true for almost all of us, except some of us just think that we're better than others, or we're more advanced than others or something. It doesn't matter. Like, none of that stuff matters. These are just stages. These are just stages to us becoming beings of perfection again, beings of completion. You won't have to convince anyone. You would never have to say you're an ascended master, but if someone does, then tell them to teleport to you and show you. That's what I do. That's literally what I do. And they always get mad, and they hang up on me, or they block me on Facebook, or I feel for them, because they don't realize the costs of what they're doing. That you can't just mislead people like this and think there's going to be no cost to you. Do you think because you get some money it's worth it? Sorry, I just woke up. I literally just woke up. I just happened to see a channel. That's why I even made it. I just happened to see. I was going to finish watching a video that I was watching yesterday, and I just happened to see this guy claiming to be Archangel Metatron and Archangel Michael. He's Archangel Michael. He's Archangel Metatron, and see something else. Thoth. He's Thoth also, and they're all the same being. They're just versions of him, and he's here on Earth. Well, prove it, buddy. Prove it, and I will get down on my knees and bow to you in front of everyone on the camera, and I will say I was wrong, and I will deeply apologize. Prove it, buddy. Just stop lying to people, okay? I love you. Like I say, we each have our talents, but we will all be able to do just about anything, but certain things we'll be very, very good at, and we'll explore into depth, Think about, like, when computers were first created, and the first computer scientists were engineers, mathematicians and engineers. But now, in the field of computers and technology and all this stuff, all these fields, from computer programming to graphics to games to web design, communications, and all this stuff has now come out of that development of computer technology. Okay, in the same way, going into the future, we will discover whole new fields of spiritual sciences, of fields of healing, and of learning through direct connection with things, of receiving information directly from source in different ways, through the sun, through the plants. We will learn the shamanic sciences again. We will relearn them, and we will bring them to a new level, integrating all the experiences we've had here into this. I get, like, even though I'm only now getting telepathy, I've had definite telepathic experiences, again, more than one, but they're rare, and I don't have control over them, so an ascended master, again, would have control. He would have full telepathic ability, the way, like the same thing as being able to speak a language fluently. We could put it like that. It's like My telepathy is about the same as my Spanish. I speak about 100 words. You know, I can get around. Like I could make you understand me, and that's probably how they're hearing me, and I'm hearing them. You know, or maybe they receive me clearly. I don't know, but that's how it feels like. You know, I'm not fluent, not even close. An ascended master will be fluent in telepathy and many other things. So don't let anyone fool you. And like we all will. I can feel the ascended masters. I can feel the connections. I can feel the angels around me. Sometimes I'm graced with seeing them, although they don't generally tell me like I am so and so, I'm so and so, you know. But I'm able to see like etheric energies and EMF energies and all these light frequencies sometimes. Like, so I can look up sometimes and see the higher realms, like the networks of light interlaced, you know, and other people can't. And it's beautiful and amazing and powerful, and it's just my way of understanding these things and receiving them. But I'm becoming more holistic. These other things are opening up, and that's how all these other people will be too. So first of all, you don't need to look to another person as any kind of savior for you, as we are divine beings. We are divine beings. Even knowing, like I say, I know someone who is as close as could be to an ascended master. He could probably be one at the moment he's ready. You know, he's doing service. He's staying at a certain level to do service work. That's what it is. But I don't worship him. I love him. He's my brother, and I thank him for all he's done. And it would be the same with any ascended master. You know, I've called upon some of their energies, and I've felt them like a blast. I've called on Master Joshua's energies, and I've definitely felt his presence. You know, and it was powerful, and it helped. But that doesn't make him better than me. He's my brother. He's just got there a little earlier, and he's preparing the way. If it wasn't for their work, I wouldn't be awake. You know? So yeah, I love the ascended masters. Bless them for their work. But they don't want our worship. They don't want our worship. You should worship nothing but life itself and love itself and God itself. To worship a form is egoistic, and it promotes separation. Oh, I'll just give you guys an update on the UFOs. So I did go out to a secluded area. Me and Christine went out to a secluded area to attempt to make contact with them, and it was horrible. It was just a terrible. Okay, first of all, I partly feel like, well, both of us feel like we got attacked. You know, there was definitely because I announced it. You know, and Christine was against me announcing it, you know, publicly to everyone, because she's just much more cautious in that aspect, and I need her wisdom often, because like I said, I am Leo in me is, you know, I'm an ascendant Leo. And for anyone who remembers me saying I'm an ascendant Virgo, that was wrong. I was looking at my birth chart wrong. I was just starting to learn astrology, and yeah, I didn't have my actual birth time at that point. Like, I had to go find my birth certificate, so I was putting in a generic time, and that radically changed my chart. So I'm actually I'm a Gemini. That's my birth sign. Gemini Sun, ascendant Leo, Aquarius Moon. Yeah, but anyways, so yeah, back to the UFOs. So anyways, I announced it because one, I want to share it with you guys, and also because I assume that they're contacting me knowing I have a channel and all this, because they want me to share, and they've shown me that's true, you know. So I wasn't so concerned about that. But what I didn't think about is I'm also announcing it to everyone else. I'm announcing it to those that are opposed to our mission also. And I think they heard. And so maybe that wasn't wise, honestly. But lesson learned. And also, I didn't check in with my heart. Like, I didn't let my heart guide me enough. I listened to my head too much, and I decided to go to this place I had heard about in Pennsylvania here, called the Hermit's Cave. Okay, and it was a Rosicrucian order there, and there's this one cave where, you know, he would go, where the Rosicrucians would go and pray and meditate and be in solitude. And I gotta say, I don't know what those Rosicrucians were doing, or if something happened after that, but it did not feel like a sacred spot. It felt dark. It felt pretty dark, pretty oppressive. I didn't even want to go in. I mean, I went in like the front of it and like shined my flashlight and stuff in there, but like I didn't even feel like I wanted to enter. It was almost like light couldn't even penetrate into this thing. Like it was like, yeah. So I would have to go there in the day and clear out the energy first and everything. So I decided to go somewhere else, just find like an open field, or something to, you know, wait for them and see. And here's another thing, I must have created this karmically, this all ties in, because remember I made the video about the mosquitoes and ticks and fleas being astral entities and all that. And so someone else told me after that, that they do serve a sacred purpose to like try to remove bad spots, but I've never been able to come into harmony. All the other insects, like I've been able to come into a harmony and respect with, and you know, I go out of my way to make sure I don't harm them. And I've tried that with mosquitoes, but they just keep coming more and more and more, attack me, until finally I'm like, no. So I started being able to push them away with my light, like actually push them back with my light. And that worked for a long time. And like I said, I made that video saying they don't bite me, you know, but I gotta tell you, I got attacked by a swarm, me and Christine got attacked by a swarm of mosquitoes that when I was waiting for the Pleiadians, like right when we find a place that was alone, they were everywhere, like just all, and they were huge, like the biggest mosquitoes I've ever seen. It was ridiculous. I don't know, I only got bit once that I actually know, but they really tried hard. Like I killed a bunch of them, and I didn't want to. Like I announced to them, I'm like, stop, I don't want to hurt you guys, please, you're making me hurt you, because I was killing them on Christine too. And I was like, you know what, I'm out of here. This is just, and there was a bunch of other stuff that happened, a bunch of bad stuff that happened on the way there. It was just it was all wrong. And I don't know, like I don't know if it was because I put my intentions out there. I don't know if it's because I got attacked, or if it just wasn't the right time. I don't know, but that, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. We'll try again at another time, you know. Lesson learned. Love and light be yours.